The battle rounds of The Voice have always been a thrilling part of the competition. It's where contestants not only showcase their vocal abilities, but also their adaptability and emotional connection to music. In the high-stakes world of The Voice, performances often come down to the raw emotion, connection, and the unforgettable moments that captivate the coaches and viewers alike. In Season 27, Episode 8, Conor James and Tinika Wyatt, two exceptional talents from Kelsey Ballerini's team, delivered a breathtaking performance that left the entire room in awe and earned one of the most dramatic steals of the season. The stage was set for this fierce battle. Kelsey Ballerini, a coach who has quickly become known for her ability to find and nurture raw, emotional talent, paired Conor James and Tinika Wyatt, two contestants with distinct but powerful voices. The pairing may have seemed a bit unconventional on paper, as Conor's sound was rooted in the soulful, smooth edge of pop, while Tinika's voice carried a powerhouse energy and a gospel-infused richness. But it was this very contrast that made their battle so compelling. The battle begins. A journey to harmony. As Conor and Tinika prepared for their performance, the stakes were incredibly high. Both were incredibly gifted artists with unique styles, and their challenge was to blend their individual sounds into one cohesive and moving performance. Kelsey, with her experience in both pop and country music, saw the potential in them both and encouraged them to play to their strengths while also taking risks. The duo was tasked with performing the beautiful ballad, "You're the One That I Want" from Greece, a song known for its ability to show off both vocal prowess and chemistry. Rehearsals started with a bit of hesitation, as the artists were still finding their rhythm together. Conor's smooth, melodic style contrasted with Tinika's more powerful, gospel-influenced voice. However, as Kelsey guided them through the arrangement, it became clear that the two artists were starting to click. They worked through the harmonies, bringing their own unique style to the song, while Kelsey encouraged them to make the most of their differences. "Remember, it's about finding the moments where you complement each other," Kelsey explained. "Your differences can be your greatest strength if you let them shine at the right moments. Trust each other and let the music lead the way." By the time the battle approached, Conor and Tinika had developed a deep respect for one another's abilities. The performance was shaping up to be something special, an emotional and dramatic fusion of soulful pop and powerful gospel. Both artists were ready to show the world what they were capable of. The performance, a magical moment of connection. When Conor and Tinika took to the stage, the energy in the room was electric. The soft piano intro to "You're the One That I Want" began to play, and Conor stepped forward first, his smooth, soulful voice wrapping around the opening lines with effortless grace. The audience was immediately drawn in by his warmth and charisma. There was a cool confidence in his delivery, but it was also clear that he was emotionally invested in every note. Then Tinika entered, her voice a powerhouse of emotion. Her vocals were rich, her phrasing sharp, and she instantly brought a level of intensity to the song that elevated the entire performance. As she joined Conor on the chorus, their voices blended beautifully, her powerhouse vocals grounding his smooth tone in a way that felt both dramatic and intimate. Throughout the performance, the chemistry between them was undeniable. They danced around each other, both literally and figuratively, as their voices intertwined. When they harmonized, it was as if they were having a conversation, each one supporting the other while also creating a sense of tension and excitement in the song. Tinika's voice soared in moments of intensity, while Conor's voice held the melody with a gentle yet commanding presence. Their contrasting vocal styles worked in perfect harmony, and it was clear that their connection had elevated the performance beyond just a competition. It became a musical conversation. As the song reached its emotional peak, Conor and Tinika's voices melded in a stunning harmony that left the coaches and audience captivated. The beauty of their performance was in its simplicity. The power of their voices was enhanced by the song's raw emotion and the honest vulnerability they brought to each note. It was an intimate, stunning display of what happens when two different vocal worlds collide, and it felt like magic. The coach's reaction, a heart-stopping decision. When the performance ended, the audience erupted into applause, and the coaches were on their feet, visibly moved by what they had just witnessed. There was no denying the magic of the moment. Conor and Tinika had delivered something special. But as always, the hardest part of the battle rounds came next, the decision. Only one artist could move forward to the knockouts, and it was up to Kelsey to choose which one it would be. Kelsey, though proud of both of her artists, was clearly torn. She had always been a coach who understood the importance of both individual growth and musical connection. As the performance played out, she watched her two contestants pour everything they had into the song, and it was evident that both had something incredible to offer. But who would she choose? Conor's soulful pop stylings and undeniable stage presence were remarkable, but Tinika's vocal power and emotional depth had made a lasting impact. After a brief pause, Kelsey spoke, her voice filled with admiration. "This is incredibly difficult," Kelsey began, her tone heavy with emotion. "Both of you showed up tonight and delivered something that I'll never forget. But Tinika, you moved me tonight. You brought a level of power and vulnerability that I didn't expect, and I know you're just beginning to scratch the surface of what you're capable of. You're moving on." As Tinika stepped forward, overwhelmed with emotion, Conor's face fell slightly. It was a tough moment, but it was clear that he had poured his heart into the performance. Kelsey's decision was made, but it was also one filled with empathy and care for the journey both artists had been on. However, the plot took a dramatic turn when Adam Levine, ever the opportunist, hit his steal button with no hesitation. His timing was impeccable, and the crowd erupted into cheers as Adam enthusiastically welcomed Conor to his team. "You've got so much soul, Conor," Adam said with a grin. "I've been watching you, and I believe in you. Welcome to my team, where you're going to shine even brighter." Conor, visibly stunned but thrilled, walked over to join Adam, and the entire arena seemed to buzz with excitement at this unexpected turn of events. For Conor, the journey was far from over, and Adam's belief in him would fuel his drive for the next round. Kelsey's steal, a move of empathy and strategy. In a shocking twist, just as the steal seemed to be winding down, Kelsey Ballerini pressed her own steal button. While it might have seemed unexpected, it was clear that Kelsey had developed a deep connection with both Conor and Tinika. "I want you both to know that you're both incredible, and I believe in both of you," Kelsey said, her voice filled with sincerity. "Conor, I'm going to give you the chance to keep going because I think you're capable of so much more." With that, Kelsey's steal added another layer of emotional complexity to the night. It was a demonstration of her belief in her artists, not just as performers, but as people who deserved every chance to reach their full potential. The steal was a moment of grace and mentorship, one that was not just about strategy, but about giving her artist the opportunity to continue growing. Moving forward, a bright future for both artists. As Conor and Tinika moved forward in the competition, they each had an undeniable fire that set them apart from the pack. Conor's journey with Adam Levine would be one to watch, as Adam's mentorship would no doubt bring out even more of Conor's soul and artistry. Tinika, with Kelsey's continued guidance, had the opportunity to dig deeper into her vocal power and emotional depth, ready to leave her mark in the knockouts. Their performance of "You're the One That I Want" was a testament to their talent and potential. It was a moment where their differences didn't divide them. Instead, they created something beautiful together. As the competition continued, Conor and Tinika's futures were wide open, and no one would be underestimating these two incredible artists ever again.